Hey everyone, this is Josh Woody from the tech department at FirstTech. And tonight I'm going to be giving you the tour through iDatastart. So as of 2021, we'll be the sole provider of iDatastart in the US. And taking a look at the HCX, this module does have the bypass built in. So let's introduce you to the control module, or the brain as you would call it. You'll notice that there are two LEDs. The very left LED is considered LED 1, and you'll notice that they call them out in the installation guide, and then to the right, LED 2. LED 1 is going to represent everything about the actual remote start side of the module. So if you're learning TAC, it's going to go through, you're going to press your brake through like programming. It's supposed to show a red LED. That's where this indication will be. Now, first part of learn, anytime that you're installing one of these modules in a car, is always learning the bypass to the car first before it transition into the remote start side of it. Then just below it, what you would consider the side of the controller, there is a black 4-pin port where you plug your plug-in for flashing and updating your firmware to it, telling whether it's going to be analog or digital, the kind of car that you're working with. And then after you're done with your installation and you want to use an RF kit with it, then it plugs into that same black port that you flashed on. Now, down the side of the controller, you will notice a little hole that has a little wired loop on it. So you have to cut that loop to make it automatic transmission. So it doesn't matter what install it is, you need to cut the loop. Then you'll have a black 12-pin connector. You'll have a white 10-pin, so outputs and inputs. Your blue telematics means that drone plugs into the blue port on this device. A black 20-pin connector, which your T-harness would plug into, or if you're doing a wire-to-wire application, then that wire harness would plug in there. And then there is a little programming button here. In some installations, it will ask you to press and release that button to move forward, or if you're talking to somebody or trying to get your LED diagnostics for a bypass not learning. So when you press and release that button, you'll get your visual confirmation on LED 2, what those diagnostics could be. Let's get into the wires that you would find using this device. So going to the main harness first, accessory ignition, 12 volts are on the upper level. Your 12 volts, programmable output, parking lights, and ground are on the lower side. You have the harnesses on both sides. The black 12-pin connector will have black dots on it, identifying that all these wires on here are all outputs. Your white 10-pin connector will have silver dots to represent these are all inputs. That way, when you're doing your installation, and if you got wires going to the same areas and everything else, but each one will have a different color dot on it. Your black 20-pin connector, if you're not using the T-harness, has no dots on those wires. So each harness either has dots or it doesn't have dots on this one black 20-pin. So everything you can identify easily. Now, it does have two high-speed CAN transceivers in there to act like you have two bypass modules on board. So it is like having two ALCAs crammed into this little box and this remote start. And what that does for you is, if you've ever done a Subaru and you were using a traditional starter with a bypass, some of them require another bypass in order to complete the installation, to do the key programming without losing a key and do the convenience features, which, hey, having it in one module makes life a lot easier. Also, this module has a 15 milliamp rest, so meaning that it only draws 15 milliamps at rest, even with the bypass modules built on board. That is the HCX module for you. So the HCX is your universal starter. Now, ones that are going to be proprietary to the BMW and the VW is the first one. We're going to start with the BMX right here. So we call this a BMX module. A compatible T-harness will cover BMW, Mini, Mercedes-Benz, give you 3 times lock, no key loss in the vehicle. So the bypass is built into this module as well, like the HCX. You can pair an RF kit with it. It does not come in this box. You can still flash it from the web, iOS, or Android. And then it is drone mobile ready, so you can do your phone app with this piece as well. The next is going to be the VWX module, covering your Volkswagen and your Audi with the proper harnesses, and it gives you 3 times lock. Most vehicles will have no key required. There are a couple of a key loss, and we'll talk about that in the harnesses. That's pretty much the few modules that you'll be using. Remember that the BMX and the VWX modules do not have the remotes paired in the box. HCX is the actual brain. The part number that will have 4 different kits for you will have a part number of HC always, so high current, but the numbers are going to change. So 1.1 means that it's a one-way. So HC1 means one way. 0.1 means button. So one button. Now, all these kits that I'm going to show you will have 2 remotes in the box. They'll have the HCX, and the HCX has the bypass built in, so no key required in most vehicles, up to 3,000 foot of range because it's an FM frequency, and it'll always be drone mobile ready, meaning that you can plug a drone in with no extra wiring. So pull the drone out of the box, the data wire, plug it in, and away you go. Now, all these kits that I show you at the bottom of the display, it'll tell you that remote antenna also available in an RF kit. And the reason being is 1, you need replacement remotes. 2, VWX and BMX do not have the remotes in the box. So next is going to be the HC 1.5. So it's still an HCX module in there offering 3 times lock. It has 2 4-button remotes in there, one way 4-button remotes. So the 0.5 means that there's 4 buttons on the remote. The remote changes. Still FM frequency up to 3,000 foot of range. Still offering drone mobile ready because it's an HCX module in there. Why would I need a 4-button? 1 button could get me through. Well, if you're doing that minivan or a RAV4 that has an automated tailgate or something like that, you need ways to pop it and use it and utilize it, or sliding doors, how to operate them. This remote will offer that. Now, the part number is going to change on the next screen. It's going to go to HC2. So the 2 after the C means that it is a 2-way remote, not a 1-way. It's a 2-way, but 0.1 means that it's a 1-button remote that's in the box. But it gives you 2 ways, and it's up to 3,000 foot of range because it is FM frequency, still drone mobile ready, everything utilized throughout this whole turn, the last couple of SKUs, except for these are 2-way remotes in there, and it gives you 2 of them. Next is going to be the HC2, meaning 2-way, 0.5, meaning that it's a 4-button remote in there. It gives you 2 of them. Still FM frequency up to 3,000 foot of range. Still the HCX module that's included in there that allows you to pair a drone to it. And remote antenna also available in an RF kit. So all these kits that I've showed you have the ability of having an RF kit a la carte. So that being said, we have marketing materials to help you sell the product. You have a freestanding display that gives you the remotes that they can touch and feel. There will be brochures, a countertop display, and an outdoor banner if you're interested. So you have a ton of marketing materials. Just contact your rep or your distributor. I want to let you know, as far as resources, you can call 888-820-3690. Directly gets you to FirstTech, and follow the prompts. If you need technical support, press the button to get to technical support. If you need sales, go ahead and follow the prompts for that. Thanks for listening to everything. Thanks for your support, and you have a good day. We'll talk to you later.